Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College, Gallatin, Tennessee, for Game 2 between the Pioneers of Vol State and the Kansas City Royals Scout Team. Game 2 will have 13 batters for the Scout Team. Let me give you the starting lineup quickly for the Pioneers. Leading off, playing shortstop, Tyler Holsworth. Batting second, playing third, Landon Luderman. Batting third and catching, Braden Vineyard. In the cleanup role, the first baseman, Brody Melton. The DH, Chase Birdwell, will bat fifth. Zach Zimmerly batting sixth. Playing center field, Drew Webster. In left field, batting seventh, Keegan Evick, an extra hitter, batting eighth. Corbin Overbay at second base. He will bat ninth. And Ethan Here in right field, batting 10th for the Pioneers. A lineup that I will need to get put into my scorebook. But joining me for the start of Game 2 is young Colin Athey from Maryland. All right, Colin, welcome to the program. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and I won't have to read it off.
All right.
Off the.
Feels great to be here, Mr. Reese. My name's Colin Athey. I'm traveled a long ways from Maryland to pitch here at Vol State. Not pitching today, so excited to join the broadcast with Mr. Reese.
That is awesome. And Colin, you are a right-handed pitcher. You're also are you a two-way, or are we still working on that? What are we doing?
Oh, boy, we're working on it right now, I'll tell you that.
Okay. So you've had a bit of a setback here as we are ready to start Game 2 with Eli Klotfelter on the mound. First pitch to Bishop Quarles in there for a called strike. And we are underway. I still need your phone.
All right.
He has a starting lineup. Quarles goes down 0-2.
Two fastballs, right? Really attacking him.
He went 0 for 3 in Game 1. Struck out twice and grounded out.
See if he can win this pitch.
Eli Klotfelter out on the mound.
High heat.
Klotfelter, this is his 7th appearance of the fall, has 11 innings, 10 hits, and struck out 14 batters. Now 15 batters as Quarles will go down looking for out number 1.
Little backdoor action slider right there.
It's a nice start for Eli Klotfelter. So, Colin, you are a freshman here. It's your first year right out of high school, right?
Yes, sir.
Just graduated
Yes, sir.
in May?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Batting second is Alexander Peck. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Peck was 1 for 2 in Game 1, singled and walked.
Another good
Tried
slider right there.
Tried to check his swing, but could not. All right, so what brought you all the way from Maryland down here to Gallatin, Tennessee?
I have to say that's the big question I've been asked multiple times since I've been here.
I mean,
But gotta say it was the coaches. His connection, what I've heard about him, what I was told about him. Really wanted to buy into the program. Liked what I saw. So I'm liking what I'm doing too.
did you see, or did they see you play before you
not.
got here?
They did not see me.
Okay.
Coach McGuire had a friend who lived by me in Maryland that told me that if I'm going to play junior college baseball, I got to play for Mr. McGuire. So.
Okay. Well, he enjoys a good reputation amongst college baseball, I'm confident. There's a called strike 3. Klotfelter, 2 strikeouts looking to begin the top of the first inning. That might have been a little bit of a questionable call. You, as a pitcher, you want to get that call right there, don't you, Colin?
Oh, man, I've been missing that call recently. I'll tell you that, Mr. Reese.
Nate Connor steps to the plate, left-handed hitting first baseman.
Take that call every day right there.
Called strike 1 on Connor. Connor on base
Oh,
every time, and he will get a solid base hit into left field. As that ball got out to, that's Drew Webster out on the left, right? Okay,
yes,
so
sir,
we
it
got
is. Drewy.
Webster, Zimmerly, and here, left to right in the outfield. So a 2-out single by Nate Connor. He's been on base all 4 times he's been to the plate. Klotfelter pitching from the stretch, breaking pitch. This is high and away. Colin, how many? You just had your first appearance on Tuesday, right?
Yes, sir. I
Tell
did.
tell me about that, if you will.
Well, I'll let this pitch come through. It's a long story, I'll say.
There's ground ball.
There we go. Get out of it.
Whoops.
Great inning. Great to see
Ground
Clot
ball to
attack.
Corbin Overbay there. We can talk about that in between innings.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Apologize for the errant move to the tight shot. We're working on our 2-camera system here. So it's still, I told my intern, my wife, that I didn't think I'd be able to get the 2 cameras set up. But lo and behold, I was able to get it done. So, okay, so I know it didn't go the way that you had hoped it would, your very first outing. So,
No, sir,
but go ahead and just talk us through your outing at Columbia State.
I mean, really wasn't commanding the zone like I wanted to. Missed, had some questionable calls, but you know you can't get discouraged by that. Just got to keep attacking, and that's something I just failed to do. I'll say. Could throw my fastball first strike, but the secondary pitches are what'll get you some outs there, and couldn't really command those. So.
And how many pitches do you throw?
3 to 4. Come back from injury. I'm still struggling getting back with my slider here, but I throw a fastball, changeup, and curveball. So really struggled throwing the changeup and the curveball this Tuesday. So.
Okay, and you had been sitting out because of an injury, right? I'm not looking for you to go into detail, but I mean you had an arm issue. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Been dealing with it on and off for a while here now. So it just felt great to just be out there in general and compete against someone else, whether was throwing strikes or not. You know, you always want to, but it just felt good to be out there in general.
Right. Okay. Well, just to get your first action in college competition, had to have felt good and get the jitters out of the way. And
Definitely.
I don't know, you might have a few more jitters just with the headset on than you had that day. But
I'll say you make it pretty relaxing, Mr. Reese. Making me feel comfortable.
Well, good. Well, glad you are. You're doing a good job. We have a starting pitcher for the Royal Scout team, Justin Bell, is on the hill for the two-tone blue. They got a sky blue and maybe a royal blue. 6'3", 180-pound right-hander from William Blunt High School, Greenback, Tennessee. So leading off the bottom of the first base, shortstop Tyler Holsworth. We'll get it started for the Pioneers. First pitch to Holsworth in there for a called strike. All right, I need you to pull that lineup back up on your phone.
Yes,
I still don't have it.
There you go.
When you get to game 2 in the doubleheader,
Right up the middle.
backhand play, but not going to be in time to get Holsworth.
Holsworth can fly, man. That's a tough play.
He was a shoe-in right there as that ball got up the middle. Drew Whalen playing second base for the Royals here to start off. And that will bring to the plate Landon Luderman. Good-looking infielder, third baseman from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Just missed that one right there.
Fouls that one off over the Pioneers dugout. Your phone dies out or times out every time. I don't have enough time to do it. It's okay. I'll get them when they come to the plate. Called strike. Luderman now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Picks over.
Whoops. There we go. I was leaving it on the big view, so I didn't have to worry about going. I'll leave it there while I get the you go ahead and do play-by-play here,
All
Colin.
right, let's see what I got here. 0-2 pitch here to Luderman. Ground ball to second base. Play it first. Luderman is retired. Holsworth advances to second base here.
There you go.
Gotta say, when I thought I was coming out here, I did practice a little bit before I came
You
out.
did
so,
practice?
Yeah.
Okay. Who'd you practice in front of?
Well, they didn't want to hear me very much, but Brett Dowling and Parker White were sitting right there and asked me to be quiet a couple times. I told them I had to be ready, so up to the plate now, Braden Vineyard.
From Paducah, Kentucky. Second-year player for the Pioneers.
First pitch, slow chopper to the third baseman, attacks it. Throws across the infield. Braden is retired. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Up to bat now, Mr. Brody Melton, my roommate. Man,
Well, look at there. Brody Melton's your roommate?
would love to announce his name. Announce a little home run right here. I'd love to.
Well, if you did, it would be home run number 4 of the fall season.
He's been swinging that thing for sure.
All right, so I think I have the lineup. You can have your phone
There we
back.
go.
Brody Melton at the plate. First pitch he sees a slider or a cutter just outside. All right, you go ahead and go with it. You're doing fine.
See if I can keep going. 0-1 pitch here to Melton. Inside fastball almost nicks him, gets away from the catcher, and Tyler advances to third base.
2 outs. Runner at third.
Big spot here for Brody.
All right, so a wild pitch or a pass ball there?
Say a pass ball.
You are a pitcher, aren't you?
Yeah. Don't put that on the pitcher. Touch his glove, you know. Nah. Here's 2-0 pitch. Just misses, lone away slider in the dirt.
Melton 11 for 19 in the games against competition. 12 runs scored. Came in tied with Matt Hall, hitting .579.
Called strike. 3-1 here. Brody's looking to do some damage here. They put it over that plate. I wouldn't throw that same pitch again. I'll tell you that if I was pitching.
Brody Melton from Tullahoma, Tennessee, Tullahoma High School. Ian. That's ball 4 to Brody Melton.
Yes.
Puts runners at first and third. I wouldn't have been surprised if that pitch would have been called a strike.
Looks pretty similar to the pitch before, but it was 3-0, so.
Not bad. Number 27.
Uh-oh, Chase Birdwell to the plate here.
It's the Swiss Army knife right here. He can do it all, right?
That's right.
I mean,
Absolute inspiration of a third year to have here.
That's right. He's a relief pitcher, a DH. He even
Ball high,
lines the
first pitch.
field,
Cuts the grass.
trims trees and bushes down the right field line.
He helped me out with my science homework the other night, man. He's the best.
That's awesome. And a tutor.
Birdwell, second pitch. Ball high again. I'll tell you one thing with Chase at the plate. He's bomb or bust here.
You think he's going to be swinging
I think
for the fence right here?
Without a doubt.
Go big or go home. That's Chase Birdwell's
That is.
motto. Swing hard just in case you hit it.
Yes, sir. 2-0 pitch. Misses away.
He obviously enjoys a reputation amongst the Royals scout team. They haven't given him a pitch to hit yet.
That's right. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Birdwell. Called strike down the middle, yeah. I wouldn't. Once again, I'm going to say it again. I would not throw that there again. Birdwell will make you pay. See what Coach McGuire's got cooking over there.
Can't call out the signs. Okay, Melton.
I barely know him. Shot down the line. Ooh, just a little bit early there. Pulls the ball, foul to the left field.
Brings us to a Framework Athletics full count.
Let's go.
104B Jessica Lauren Court in Hendersonville. Softball and baseball training by former Major League players. former minor league players, former college players, owned by 15-year Major League pitcher Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie, owner of CrossFit Hendersonville.
Payoff pitch here. Misses. As Brody advances. Brody Melton advances to second. Chase Birdwell walks here. Little spin move there on the catcher.
Second straight walk by Justin Bell. Tyler Holsworth a single, infield single to start off the inning, but
Zach Zimmerly up to the plate here. First pitch fouls it off. 0-1.
Zimmerly from Hendersonville, Tennessee, right down the road. Graduated from and played at Hendersonville High School. So he is a local player.
1-0 pitch, or 0-1 pitch, 1-1 now. Off speed, misses down the way. Yeah, I actually traveled to the Hendersonville baseball field yesterday night. Went by it at the park.
Drake's
It was
Creek
beautiful.
Park?
Yeah.
They had I believe, a music festival going on there, did they not?
I did not see any music.
Okay, maybe that was over at the other park.
Misses again, 2-1.
So I believe that's England Bryan behind the plate. So he's made two nice stops here on balls in the dirt from Justin Bell.
Love to see it as a pitcher. 2-1 pitch. This is high, 3-1. Yeah, I'll tell you, they do not have parks like that by me in Maryland.
No?
Yeah, I was extremely impressed with how nice it was there. 3-1. Oh, check swing fouls it off. Looked to be a close ball or strike. Zimmerly isn't very happy that he swung at that one, but
It'd have been strike two though. It'd been strike two called, and we'd still be at a Framework Athletics full count. Runners will be going on the pitch.
ground ball to the shortstop in the 6-hole. Crazy. Oh. 2-run score here for the Pioneers is Zach Zimmerly. Infield single.
2 RBIs on an infield single. That's some hustle right there by Brody Melton.
It's quite a nice play by the shortstop, though, getting to that ball. That's a tough play.
Yeah, if that ball would have gone in left field, it would have been an easy
Not bad.
2-run single by
Webster.
Zach Zimmerly. Puts the Pioneers up 2-0.
Drew Webster up to the plate here. Ground ball to the shortstop. Makes the attempt to second. Gets him. That'll be there. It brings to the top of the second.
Into the inning, the Pioneers score 2 runs on 2 hits, both of the infield variety. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. After 1 complete, 2-0 Vol State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the top of the second, Eli Klopfelter still on the mound for the Pioneers. Tim Reese along with... Wait a minute, boss. You turned the wrong one down. All right. Colin Athey here. He's got to take a timeout. All right, what was that pitch right there, Will? Okay, thank you. That would be a ball. Now, let's make sure. Got a ball and a strike on our batter. Just give me the high sign when you're ready, Colin. He's got the. All right, we'll turn your volume up.
Reese. There we go.
Blake Carter at the plate.
It's like Braden Vineyard's a little shaken up after that last pitch. Seems to be fine.
He's probably like a hockey player. He's tough.
He's tough.
You play any hockey up there in Maryland?
I did not play any hockey, but there was hockey played. I know of that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's too big, but talking to some of the guys here, realized that field hockey, have you ever heard of field hockey?
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
lacrosse is what.
Oh, lacrosse.
Lacrosse is what they.
Yeah.
What I don't know about field hockey anywhere for men, but
Oh, not for me.
no.
I just realized.
Or even around here for girls.
Yeah, no one here knew what those sports were.
Yeah.
Good. Just misses here. 2-2 count. Yeah, lacrosse is huge in Maryland. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Clot with another strikeout. Great pitch. Clot's dealing today.
Pitch to 5 batters, giving up only 1 hit. Struck out 3.
Yeah. Just attacking. That's all he's got to do.
Brings pitcher Justin Bell to the plate.
Great pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner fastball.
Up to bat, number 12, Justin Bell.
Maybe we got joining us on YouTube. We got 12 watching.
There we go. Another great pitch there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 pitch here. Slider just misses low. Great movement there. 1-2 count.
See, that looks like a lot more break on a pitch. I would have called that a curveball. Does he throw both?
I believe he only throws a slider, and I think the difference there, 2-2 here as he throws an outside fastball curveball, is speed.
Okay,
Speed
I was going to say it is a fast breaking pitch, but
Yeah.
Bell was 2 for 2 in game 1, 2 singles and a walk.
Another slider there, misses outside, 3-2. I'd also say the way the pitch moves, where you see a curveball will drop more, and a slider will tend to slide or move.
It's a little
up.
flatter.
Yeah. Well,
Framework Athletics, full count.
Clot swing and a miss, strike 3 for his 4th K of today. 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning.
A mirror image of the start of the 1st inning. First 2 batters have struck out. Brings to the plate the catcher, England Bryan.
First pitch here. Just misses outside. 1-0.
Colin Athey, right-hander, in the huge pitching bullpen for the Pioneers.
Fouled off here for strike 1.
Colin, how's it feel to be like one of 26 or 27 pitchers on a roster?
Oh, it's tough, I'll say. It's hard to stand out, but everyone has their different ways. Stick
Well,
out
you're
to
new.
pitches.
You're young.
Strike 2 called fastball. 1-2 here.
You've gotten healthy right here at the end of the fall.
Just in time.
How did your arm respond after throwing on Tuesday?
Just missed outside side. It's felt better than, I've thrown a couple inner squats here leading up to that appearance, and this
Okay.
week it's probably felt better, and with dealing with soreness post throwing than it has in a while. So I'm really excited. The break coming up will be nice, but check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Strikes at the side. Clock. Great work. But yeah, the break coming up should be nice to give the arm a rest. But I'm pretty excited to see what I can get back to with health here soon.
So you're still rehabbing. You're still working on strengthening your arm, strengthening your whole body and all that, right?
Yes, sir. Still going to physical therapy once a week and
Okay.
just maintaining it, not trying to throw too much and be careful. Don't want to be out for the spring. So
Right. I haven't checked to see what the number of weeks between the end of the fall season, but it's basically all of November, all of December, all of January. You'll start back getting
Second
prepared.
week, I believe,
Second
of
week of January, and game action will be, I believe, starting the third week or maybe second week of February. But right in there, right around the middle of February is when the season will start. But, well, Colin, thank you for joining us. We'll have other pitchers on as Game 2 progresses. That's Colin Athey from, tell me the name of your hometown again.
Centerville, Maryland.
Centerville?
Shout
There you
out to all
go.
my people there.
And give a shout out to your parents
Shout out
and
Mom
grandparents.
and Dad, Tristina, Grandma Mary. Had to shout them out.
Okay.
Thanks for having me,
All
Mr.
right.
Reese.
All right, Colin. Thank you very much. Take a short break and be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
Number 15, Keegan.
Back for the bottom of the second inning as Eli Klopfelter finished excellent 2 innings, pitching to 7 batters. Leading off the bottom of the second, Keegan Evick. We'll look at strike 1 against Justin Bell, still out on the mound. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. We've got another right-hander, another freshman right-hander. Caden Blackford has put the headset on. So, Caden, can you hear me in your headset?
Yes, sir.
There
Can
we
you hear me?
go. I can hear you.
All right.
Pitch goes low and away to sophomore Keegan Evick from Rossview High School up in Clarksville. Did the White House, is it the Wildcats?
For the Blue
What are
Devils,
they?
Mr.
Blue
Reese.
Devils, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Did the White House Blue Devils ever play the Rossview Hawks while you were playing baseball?
I don't believe they did.
Nope, swinging a foul ball at the plate. And we'll have a White House Blue Devil full count. So, Caden Blackford from White House High School. And you live in White House, or you're from White House, right?
Yes, sir. I'm
Okay.
still living there right now.
Okay. Here's a ground ball back to the pitcher, Justin Bell, who will throw over to first base to retire Evick. We're out number 1. So tell us a little bit about yourself and start at the very beginning, Caden.
Very beginning.
You were born at a very young age to parents you hardly knew, right?
Right.
Your beginning is very similar to my beginning.
Yeah.
So have you lived in White House all your life?
Yes, sir. I used to. I lived in Robertson County. I went to White House Heritage up until my 7th grade year, and then I switched over to Sumner County, and I moved to White House itself, and then ever since 7th grade, I stayed there until I graduated.
Okay. You have any siblings?
I do. My sister Alexa and my brother Davis.
The line drive base hit in the left field. Bishop Quarles moved over to left field. He'll get that ball back in as Corbin Overbay from Sevier County, Sevierville, Tennessee, gets his first hit. A 1-out single in the left field. Brings to the plate Ethan here, a Cincinnati kid, Cincinnati Moeller High School. So tell us a little bit about your experience so far in the fall here as a first semester baseball player at Vol State.
So, the fall so far, I mean, I've had, I think it's 3 innings against outside opponents, and then
Yes.
I don't remember how many innings against inter squads and everything. I feel as if my innings against outside opponents I think they've been pretty well. And then, it's time consuming. It takes up a lot of time practicing 6 days a week and everything, but it's fun. I've had a good time. But on the class side of it, it's a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
Is it? So we got a problem with probably the glove, the catcher's glove. I thought that ball sailed off the top of his mitt. Maybe it sailed through his mitt. And that's why he's looking to get some glove repair done. Apparently, he'll have to get somebody else's glove. So, Caden Blackford, you've had 3 appearances against teams other than your own. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. That's a pretty good start to a fall season right there. You're not throwing today, so you'll be. How many appearances you think out of the 5 games next week for the World Series do you think you'll get in?
5 games.
I mean, that's a lot of innings.
I really have no idea how it works.
Okay.
I don't know how many teams are. I'd have to ask Mr. Trapp over there.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess they played one last year, but it's all right. But I mean, if he asked you to go an inning or 2 or 3 in a game on Tuesday or Wednesday, I mean, can you go 3 innings, or are you a 2-inning guy, or what's a?
In high school, I was always a starter.
Okay.
So I feel comfortable with riding the game out for a few innings.
Okay.
I'd love to, but I guess we'll see how that one goes.
3 balls, no strikes to Ethan here. 1 out and a runner at second, and Ethan will take a 4-pitch walk. And will bring Tyler Holsworth to the plate, the leadoff batter for the Pioneers. So the 3rd walk of the game by Justin Bell. So after how many hours are you taking in classes?
I believe I'm at 13 and a half right now.
Okay. And what's your major?
I'm just in general studies right now.
Okay. Ball gets away from the catcher to the screen. Wild pitch will move Overbay up to third base and here down to second. And how many are you doing online?
I believe I'm 2 out of the 5 classes I have online.
Okay, so you had that in high school a little bit, right? Did you? I mean, for the COVID year, you had.
Oh yeah.
You had. You went all online for, was it the whole year, or I mean that whole rest of that spring, I guess, right?
Yeah, but I believe that was my sophomore year. Yeah, my sophomore year, my whole second semester pretty much got taken away. It was right before baseball season started too, so that was upsetting. I think we got 2 or 3 games in that spring.
Right.
It was gonna look good for us that year too. That's why it was so upsetting.
But was that your junior year?
That was my sophomore year.
Sophomore, okay.
Mm-hmm.
A pass ball there scores Corbin Overbay. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Brings the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Holsworth, who had an infield single on a ground ball up the middle to start off the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 Vol State as another ball gets by the catcher. And that will clear the bases. Bring us to a full count. That just looks like he's missing the ball there, doesn't it? Those balls are not in the dirt.
I agree.
Not sure. So 2 runs in, swing and a miss. Down goes Holsworth for the second out of the second inning. Yeah, so England Bryan, who's behind the plate, he caught in game 1 and then he finished the game on the mound, which is not an easy thing to do, but he's a young man. Landon Luderman steps to the plate now he hits a line drive out to left field that will get down in front of Bishop Quarles in left field. So a 2-out single for Landon Luderman. Second hit of the inning. Carter Vrabel out to do a little bat boy duty, pick up the baseball bat. He actually was a helper of this broadcast as he brought me the lineup card for the Kansas City Royals scout team. So with 2 outs and a runner on, Braden Vineyard, starting catcher here in game 2, steps to the plate. First pitch into Braden, called strike. So I guess you've gotten to know some of these catchers a little bit. You like throwing to Braden Vineyard?
I've loved throwing to Vinny. He makes me feel comfortable. He makes me feel confident. I mean, there's some catches it feels like they're just back there, but I feel like Braden does a really good job of connecting with the pitcher.
A bit of a profit there. I had 2 strikes up there on Braden Vineyard. Just as I take strike off, strike called, no balls, 2 strikes. Braden grounded out, tapped out to third base in the first inning. Swinging a drive down the right field line. It could be trouble, and it is. It's fair, and it's in the corner. Vineyard will head to second base and take a couple steps off as the throw comes in to the bag at second. Luderman will stay at third base, but a 2-out double for Braden Vineyard puts runners at second and third for Brody Melton. It's a question of whether or not that was going to stay fair, and it did. So 2 out, double by Braden Vineyard. Brody Melton hits one off the handle, and that will drop in right center field. That will drive in 2 runs. Brody Melton got enough of the baseball, and that will clear the inning. 2 more runs come across for the Pioneers as they will score. Let's see how many they got. 4 runs in the inning. They scored 2 in the first and 4 in the second. 2-run single. So we will take a quick break. Caden, stick with me. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Vol State along with Caden Blackford, freshman pitcher for the Pioneers, as John Tomlinson's a new pitcher for the Pioneers here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch he delivers to Matthew Persinger in there for a called strike. 2-camera system going, trying to work out some kinks along the way. Foul ball off to the right side. It'll get out of play. John Tomlinson, a redshirt freshman transfer from MTSU, went to Lebanon High School. Son of Keith and Kim Tomlinson, brother to Lauren and grandson of Paul in Lebanon, grandma in Lebanon. 6'3", 180-pound lefty. on 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matthew Persinger, who was 1 for 3 in game 1. Pitch goes outside. So, Caden, are you living at home or are you in an apartment around here?
I'm still living at home. It's
Okay.
about 25 minutes from here.
Okay, I was going to say it's a little bit of a ways because it's about 15 minutes for me, and I live in Hendersonville. So you must be on the southern end of White House.
If you know where White House High School itself is,
I
I
know.
live really close to it.
Okay, well then that's the southern end
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. Framework Athletics, full count. Tomlinson coming into the game for Eli Klopfelter. There's a ground ball to short. Holsworth picks and throws in time to get Persinger for out number 1. Nice play by Holsworth. Nice setup as Tomlinson gets Persinger to ground out
Now batting.
on a full count. So we're 0 for 3 on full count first pitch foul balls. Here in game 2, we were 4 for 5 in game 1. Drew Whalen stepping to the plate. Fouls that pitch off to the right side. Be some exercise for a pitcher. Drew Whalen, number 38, plays. I think I've seen him play in third, short, and second base. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. Fastball goes high. So have you clicked in or connected in with anybody? Did you know anybody on the Vol State roster at all before you came here?
I actually had met Alex Qualls at a summer ball game that I was watching that my buddy was playing in, and he was doing the same thing, and I ran into him. And I knew Ryan Wells. I've trained with him at a place up here in Gallatin, and I believe that's it. I knew some other people that had committed to Vol State in the same class as me, Caleb Pika, Brett Dowling.
Okay.
I knew them both prior to this, and other than that, I believe that's it.
All right. 3-1 pitch from Tomlinson misses outside. And Whalen will draw a 1-out walk. Brings to the plate Caleb Jordan. Jordan 0 for 2
Now batting. Number
in
30,
game 1.
Caleb Jordan.
Tomlinson misses high to Jordan. So did you play summer ball this past summer?
I did. I actually played with the Knights with Brian Brown and Zane.
Okay. So Zane Brown, who's going to pitch in this game, throw down to first base, not in time. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Caleb Jordan. So Brian Brown is Zane Brown's dad. Zane Brown is a senior at White House High School. Brian Brown is a Metro Nashville police officer who I worked with before I retired in federal law enforcement. Tomlinson looking over at first base. Runner goes. Pitch called a ball. And the runner gets in there for a stolen base.
That was a perfect throw.
He had a pretty good jump. With all the movement going on over there at first base, kind of surprised that Tomlinson did not throw over. That was a 3-0 count. Retired the first batter on a ground out. Struggled with throwing the ball over the plate. And pitching coach Braden Kale will go out to talk to Tomlinson, who's now walked 2 straight batters. John Tomlinson has struggled in that way with now 12 walks in the fall. He has also hit 4 batters, so control has been an issue for the MTSU transfer. Good-looking young man. It just, for some reason, struggles throwing the ball over the plate. Maybe just is that just something, maybe lack of courage to challenge? I don't really understand why we just let him hit it. If we keep doing that, Caden, if you were going to advise him, what do you think Coach Kale told him?
Wow. What would Coach Kale say? I've fortunately not had a mound visit with Coach Kale this fall, but I believe it's somewhere along the lines of just take a breath and just throw the ball over the plate.
All right, so we are bypassing Bridger Hamilton in my lineup. Is that what you? So maybe he had to go. I don't know, but there's a step off. So Landon Smelzer is at the plate. Showing in my lineup as the 12th hitter out of 13. Fastball tails inside. And that is Luke Lawson on deck. So maybe Bridger Hamilton, number 3, had to leave. Maybe he had to go to work. He's working a day job. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Tomlinson looking for a ground ball. And instead, he's getting closer and closer to hitting the batter. So you played with the Knights. How many innings did you throw this past summer?
I'm not sure a total number, but every tournament, I think we played 8 of them, and I started at least one game every tournament. Sometimes I would relieve earlier, relieve a game early in the week or the weekend, and then I'll start a game late in the weekend if we have a long tournament. And I was actually doing a little bit of two-way and stuff this summer too.
Okay.
So I was still swinging it.
Left-handed swinger, right-handed thrower. I see you hitting the with the old fungo.
I do my best.
I see you working on your fungo skills. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second here in the top of the 3rd inning. There's a fastball right down the can. Called strike 2. Not sure what Smelzer was looking for there, but pretty nice pitch. Brings us to another Framework Athletics full count. Tomlinson needs a strike here and throws one in the dirt for ball 4. Loads the bases for Luke Lawson. Tough to get out of a situation like this where you just struggle to throw that ball over the plate.
Luke Lawson.
Got the first batter of the inning and then has walked 3 straight. Had a chance to get out of it right there with a. It's one of those to me. You throw a 3-0 pitch right down the can, see what he can do with it. Foul ball straight back. But then again, I wasn't a pitcher. I was a catcher and a outfielder and a shortstop and.
So you did it all besides pitch.
Yeah. There we go. Swing and a miss. Looked like something off speed there. Not sure if he throws a straight change or not. Either that or he took a lot off that fastball, Caden.
John does have a pretty good changeup.
Okay, well, good. I don't know everybody's pitch repertoire, so. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. A pop-up into the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. Brody Melton makes the catch for out number 2, so. John Tomlinson Glad to get that pop out from Luke Lawson, who'll bring to the plate Bishop Quarles.
Now batting, number 1, Bishop Quarles.
Tomlinson can get out of it without giving up a run. Quarles 0 for 4 on the day. Hitting from the left side, youngster from Goodpasture. I see his dad standing down here just off to the right of the bleachers, to the right side. And Quarles gets out of the way, a ball that goes inside. Runner scores on the wild pitch. So the Royals able to put one across without the benefit of a hit so far this inning. It puts runners at second and third. A run in and a 2-0 count to Quarles. Makes the job for the infield a little bit tougher now. You got to throw a fleet-footed batter out at first base. Count goes 3 balls, no strikes. You wonder how much longer Coach McGuire will go if Tomlinson walks Quarles. I'm going to say that's the end of the line.
I'll give him one more batter.
Strike called.
Wait, is there somebody in the...
Yeah, they've already given the thumbs up. Whoever's in the pen's ready. So 1 run in on 3 walks and a wild pitch, swing and a miss. Count has gone full. Framework Athletics, full count. Have you been over to Framework Athletics, Caden?
I have not.
Nope, okay.
Oh.
Swing and a miss. Quarles swings at ball 4, and John Tomlinson says, "Thank you very much." So Tomlinson gives up 1 run, 3 walks, strikes out 1 batter in the inning. All of that on no hits. Well, Caden Blackford, it's great having you here, and look forward to, you can come back during the World Series when you're not throwing. Feel free to come on up here and join the broadcast. So Caden Blackford from White House High School has been our second guest here on Game 2. Next up will be one of the Creek boys, Will Trapp, first left-handed pitcher to join the program. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Volunteer State Community College with a new pitcher on for the Kansas City Royals scout team is Bridger Hamilton. That's why he did not bat in the last inning. And the first pitch that he delivers to Chase Birdwell in there for a called strike. So joining me is Will Trapp, left-handed pitcher in his 3rd year here at Vol State, as Chase Birdwell takes one off the left arm, and he will trot on down to first base. Will Trapp, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me today.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Smyrna, Tennessee. I'm a 2020 grad. I'm from Smyrna, Tennessee. Went to Stewart's Creek High School, graduated in 2020. Sadly, my senior year got ended by COVID. unfortunately.
Number 9.
Other than that, I'm happy to be here today and happy to be a part of the team.
All right, third-year player. Got in, 2 games last year, 1 inning, right? 1 inning total is Zach
sir.
Zimmerly. I think Zach Zimmerly steps to plate. I don't think that Zach Zimmerly. I know that Zach Zimmerly is at the plate. I think you got 1 inning in. I'd have to check my my stats on that, but you might know, Zach. Now, no balls, 2 strikes with Chase Birdwell down at first base with a bruised shoulder. Zimmerly singled in the first inning, drove in 2 runs. So you were injured at the beginning of the year, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Put me out for the first, actually, 3 to 4 weeks. About third week in, I started to pick it back up, but I really just never found myself back in the rotation. Went all the way down to the bottom toe of the pole, and I just couldn't climb back up, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with that headset or not, but it's you won't have
Check.
you won't have to hold it. It's just something doesn't sound exactly right, but I don't know what it is. Zimmerly fouls that pitch off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So let's go ahead and give you a shout out. Who do you have to shout out to?
I will shout out my mom and my stepdad, Jamie Reimer and Terry Hercules. They do the most for me, absolutely, so I have to give them the shout out of the day.
Okay. And siblings?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My brothers' names are Noah and Ben, and one lives in Colorado, and the other one actually is moving to Colorado soon. He used to live in Nashville, but he's actually in the process of moving right now.
Okay. Ball gets away from the catcher. Again, I'm not sure if got a glove issue still or not, but that seems like balls that are catchable there.
It's popping right out.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, doesn't know where the ball is.
Now he doesn't know where the ball is, so Zimmerly will get on to first base on a strikeout and a wild pitch. That ball was in the dirt.
Chase Birdwell advances to third base.
Runners now at the corners and nobody out. Drew Webster steps to the plate. He grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Drew Webster from Christ Presbyterian Academy. He's a Nashville boy.
Just looks at that ball right outside the plate.
You know, some guys want to do play-by-play. Some guys just want to answer questions. Will Trapp, have at it.
You know what? I'll do a little bit of both, actually. Figured I'd give it a shot. As that foul ball goes to the right side into the trees. It's a 1-1 count now.
Cade McKee on the hunt for that pearl. Colin Athey will go along. Apparently, Tanner Bumble, a 3-man crew going looking for that baseball. That must be extra hidden.
It's one of the good-looking squad right there.
Are you looking at your bad eye? What's going on there?
Fastball misses high, 3-1 count.
It's actually 2 balls and 1 strike. You can't rely on that scoreboard guy.
Oh, man.
That's another left-handed pitcher.
There we go. Now we got a dog ball in the dirt, make it 3-1 officially. Dan Reinhardt over there doing the scoreboard, already messing up. It's first shot at his time in the scoreboard. 3-1 pitch misses high for ball 4. Bases are now loaded with Keegan Evick up to bat, 0 outs.
So a hit by pitch, a strikeout, and a wild pitch that allowed Zimmerly to reach. And Drew Webster walks. Keegan Evick steps to the plate. He was a ground-out victim, swings and misses. Sorry, I took your play-by-play there.
Oh, no,
Apologize.
We got to work as a team, bouncing back and forth. Oh, ball up the middle. 6-4-3 play, hits the double play. We score 1 off that play. 2 outs now. Runner on third.
So a run comes across, not an RBI on the 6-4-3 double play.
Fastball way out of the zone, high at the face.
Corbin Overbay, who singled into left field at the plate.
Another pitch outside makes it count 2-0 for freshman Corbin Overbay.
Got several, I guess, former teammates that are on there. There's 4 kids from Sevier County that are on this Royals roster.
2-1 pitch drops in for a strike. I believe that was a slider. It might have looked more like a curveball. Didn't have too much bite to it, so I'm gonna go with slider.
Pop up out of play. Braxton Alexander says, that's me. I don't have to get in the trees for that one. I can find that one pretty easy.
Brings the count to 2-2.
Another pitch fouled off there. I'm telling you, we're going to have a bunch of pitchers in the weeds.
Hopefully we get all of them back. Don't have to do some running before the ball's missing.
Has that happened yet?
It has not happened yet. It should have, but it hasn't, luckily.
Ethan here on deck.
High breaking pitch, doesn't fall in the zone, makes the count 3-2, full count.
Bridger Hamilton on the mound. As a matter of fact, one of those Sevier County High School, probably former teammates.
Swing and a miss as he puts out the side.
Strikeout ends the inning. Pioneers do score 1 run on no hits. All by hit batters, strikeouts, and wild pitches and walks. So first strikeout there by Bridger Hamilton, who came on in relief of Justin Bell. So I'll be back with left-handed pitcher Will Trapp after this short break. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Vol State, where we have a semi-concrete call to the bullpen. Brett Dowling, 6'1", 190-pound freshman right-hander from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Went to Green Hill High School, a computer science major. He is on in relief, the son of Chad and Shelley Dowling, the brother to Ashley and Aaron, his twin older sisters. Hello to Granddaddy in Bowling Green, Grandma in Portland, Poppy in Madison, Alabama, and Nana in Central City, Kentucky.
First pitch, we got a swing and miss. Looks like a fastball right down the middle.
And a wasp flying off of me somewhere. Dowling facing 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Alexander Peck leads off. He struck out looking.
Ball's just a bit outside. outside, passes the batter.
Just a bit outside. Breaking pitch of some sort there. Try the tight shot here while my man Will Trapp does play-by-play.
1-1 count, brings a fastball right down the middle as a swing and miss. Brings the counts with 1-2. Brett Dowling is a pretty good pitcher, I would say that for sure. He has, let's see, 6. This is his 7th outing so far. As we come to the next pitch. Ooh, a sweeping slider takes him out as 4-pitch strikeout. Brett Dowling as his first batter goes down. Let's see.
He throws it hard, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He can
So
throw it hard.
Nate Connor.
he's got 3.5 innings pitched with 7 hits. Looks like 7 earned runs, 8 wins, 8 walks, I'm sorry, and 14 Ks.
Nate Connor at the plate. Swings lines or flies one down the left field. Drew Webster almost at the fair line or foul line, makes the catch for out number 2.
Brett is now 6 pitches in, moving with 2 outs, moving at a pretty quick pace right now.
Now batting, number 26, Brody Johnson.
So Brody Johnston steps in. Johnston was 0 for 1, walked twice.
Another fastball down the middle as a swing and miss from Brody. Called strike there, and looked like an outside fastball dotted on the black. It's a good call. The third pitch is a slider just a little bit low. It's not a bad for a 0-2 pitch.
It's a great pitch, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The left side of the infield was heading off the field.
And that 4th pitch of this at-bat comes in just a little bit outside. It really seemed like he was really trying to pump that ball there, as you could hear a little grunt.
Johnston is committed verbally to Vanderbilt from Boyd Buchanan High School, Ooltewah, Tennessee, a junior. Looks
And
at
that third strike right there goes right down the middle, sits and retires the side.
3 up, 3 down for Brett Dowling. It's 2 strikeouts in the inning. Will Trapp on the call. Will, thanks for joining us here in the 3rd and 4th inning.
Yes, sir. Thank
So
you
I
for
guess we
having me.
got another one coming up. A criminal justice major, a left-hander, Will Trapp. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network.
Now batting,
Back at Vol State, we hit to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ethan here will lead off against Bridger Hamilton to start the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch high. Tell you folks, you think it's there's a lot of traffic up here in the press box when it's cold. Just tell some pitchers, hey, come on and get on the broadcast with me. And I'm telling you, we'll have a full house. Welcome Landon Tucker from LaGrange, Georgia, to the broadcast. He pitched in game 1. Landon? Or should I just call you Tuck? That's what everybody else calls you, Tuck, right? Put that microphone right in front of your face.
Like that.
There you go. Swing and a miss. We have a full count brought to you by Framework Athletics. Ethan here walked and scored, and he's going to get another chance to walk and score as he takes a full count walk. So Tuck, pretty good outing there in game 1. What'd you throw to three batters or 4 batters?
3 to 3. Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's pretty good today.
No strikeouts. A little bit unusual. You usually strike out a guy or two, but
I had a strikeout today
did you? Why did I not have it in here?
in the inning.
Okay. As Tyler Holsworth steps to the plate, ball in the dirt. And runner will move to second base. Where we got? Yes, you did. You had to strike out to end the inning. I will correct my scorebook. So the only sidearm pitcher for the Pioneers, Landon Tucker, in his second year. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Landon.
Well, criminal justice major here at Vol State. This is my second year. Like you said, I'm from LaGrange. It's about 5 hours from here. All right. A little bit about sidearm. I changed there going into my sophomore year of high school. Stayed there ever since. So
Okay.
I've been working at it for a few years now.
Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch. Like a splitter or something that rode away. Not a breaking pitch, but. So any shout outs to start with here, Tuck?
Like to shout out my dad and my mom. They're at home watching right now.
Okay. Good to have the Tuckers that are joining us. You think they're more nervous now that you're got the headset on, or
yeah.
when you're on the mound?
More nervous now that I can talk.
He's a pretty quiet guy, as Tyler Holsworth will take a stroll on down to first base with the second walk of the inning. So everybody who knows Tuck knows that it's hard to get a word out of him. So you think your parents, Hank and Christy, would agree with that?
I talk a lot around them, so they might not know that, but
I'm being kind of facetious. You can do some talking. You're not shy.
I like to talk.
Yeah. Landon Luderman steps into the plate. And Bridger Hamilton struggling to throw strikes. Luderman 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the second. Left-handed hitter. Not a lot of lefties in the lineup for Coach McGuire. It takes a healthy cut there, fouls that ball off. What are you looking at, Tuck? You just watching the game on YouTube?
I
Got a
noticed
little bit of a delay.
I was going back to see if it looked like he tipped it or not.
Okay. Well, there you go. You're paying attention. Umpire called that right away, though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
England Bryan behind the plate has struggled here. Not sure if it's a glove issue or not, but another foul tip, but he does not hang on to this one. Count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. Criminal justice major, what do you want to do with that criminal justice degree?
I'd like to be in the FBI when I get older.
Farm Bureau insurance? You want to be an insurance salesman? Swing
Wherever the
and
money's
miss.
at.
Wherever the money. Let me tell you, it's a lot more in the insurance business than there is in the law enforcement businesses.
That's what I
Luderman
hear.
goes down swinging.
It's just something that's always caught my eye.
By the FBI, I assume you mean the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yes, sir.
And I know a little bit about that as Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. Doubled in 2 plate appearances. So do you know anybody
I do not.
who's
no,
ever
sir.
been in it before you met me as the runners start to go and then they stop? Breaking pitch dropped at the plate, but nobody advances. So before you met me, you didn't know anybody that had anything to do with the FBI, huh?
One of my dad's friends was in the GBI, and I had conversations with him last year a little bit. But as far as the FBI goes, I don't know anyone. No, sir.
Okay. Called strike on the outside corner. So what intrigues you about the FBI?
Growing up, I used to watch criminal shows, stuff like that,
Okay.
and it always interests me.
Okay.
So started taking classes for it in high school, and it still caught my eye. So still rolling with it now.
And you learned something the other day about the word statute, didn't you?
I did.
That just means in law, isn't it? It's just another word for law. So you talk about federal statutes, state statutes, runners going. Pitch is dropped by the catcher. Inside fastball. Count goes, I got 2 balls and 2 strikes. Is that what you got, Caden Blackford? 2 balls, 2 strikes? Attaboy. Runners move up on the pass ball. Putting runners at second and third with 1 out. Coach McGuire down at third base. His customary position in the third base coach's box. That breaking pitch stays high, brings us to a Framework Athletics full count. So what brought you to Vol State, Tuck?
I had a few junior college offers out of high school, and this is the one that just felt like I needed to be at. It was by far the nicest one as well.
So you did not get recruited by Coach McGuire, though.
No, sir, I didn't.
You were recruited by Ryan Hunt.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Who's now moved on to Cumberland University, as Braden Vineyard could not check his swing. So second out via the strikeout in this inning by Bridger Hamilton. Trying to quell this rally. Brody Melton steps into the plate, and he check swings off to the fence. Strike 1. So you were already heading here when Coach McGuire got
Yes, sir, I
the
was.
nod, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
when you came here, did you know that Ryan Hunt would not be your coach? Or did you think he would?
I thought he would. I found out like 2 weeks before I moved up here that Coach McGuire had gotten the job.
Okay. But you knew before that Ryan Hunt was not going to be back, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a wild pitch that will provide the first run of the 4th inning. Brody Melton still has a chance to drive in a run. As he taps one foul to on the third base line. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Melton has walked and scored and drove in 2 runs with a single. Looking to get a pitch to lift right here. Fastball's high. Brings us to another Framework Athletics full count. Got any siblings? Did I already ask you? Do you have siblings?
I do, yes, sir. I have an older brother and a little sister.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Melton on a 3-2 breaking pitch from Bridger Hamilton out of the zone, but he ends up striking out the last 3 batters. But in between gives up a wild pitch that scores 1 for the Pioneers, who have scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 here in the 4th inning. So we'll take a quick break and be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. 6'1", 205 left-hander. Parker White, freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Knoxville West High School, general studies major, the son of Paul White and Carrie Myers, both in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the brother to Eli and Tanner and Ellie, and the grandson of Owa in Tazewell, Tennessee. Parker White is on for his, let's see where we are, his 7th appearance of the fall, thrown 6 2/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 8 runs, 5 were earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and had an excellent outing the last time he was on the mound for the Pioneers. He pitched 2 innings, I believe. See if I can find that. One against Columbia State with the first pitch he delivers to Blake Carter. Called strike 1. Changeup goes down in the dirt. So, Landon, you're one of the senior citizens down there in the bullpen now.
Yes, sir.
What's it like being a second-year player here in the fall?
Feels a lot better than the first year, I'll tell you that. Feel like I get a little bit more respect than I did last year.
Okay.
It's nice to feel older.
You know, nice that you kind of have an idea as to what's happening. As that ball's lined out into center field for a leadoff base hit. The second hit of the ball game for the Royals scout team. Last year, the stats tell me you got in 11 games, all in relief. Had a 2-1 record, 1 save. Do you remember the save?
Yes, sir, I do.
Who was it against?
It was against Chat State. It was my second time pitching all year.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Chat State, a conference game. And if you got a save against Chat State, then it means we won the game. Vol State won the game, and it was the only game that we won against Chat State. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Well, that's a big one. How about we are totally messed up on my count here. We will clear that, get a guy on first base, and put a 1-1 count up here or a 1-2 count to Justin Bell, who struck out in the second inning. Working a 2-camera system here today for the first time. Swing and a miss. Down goes Bell for the first out here in the 5th inning. So 2 wins and a save in 3 of the 11 games that you got in this past spring. You're not the biggest guy around, so that's got to play a little bit on you as you come to a new place. 5'9", 155, and it's not like there's a bunch of whole 6'5" guys around. It's not like you're walking into Vanderbilt where there's 6'7" guys or 6'5" guys.
Yeah.
But
I'm a little bit more than 155 now.
are you? You've been having a few more. I did see you had 2 biscuits at Chick-fil-A Friday
right.
morning. I saw you.
I'm putting some weight on.
What are you weighing now?
I'm up to like 165, 170 now.
We need to change this right here probably.
155 was last year.
We got an 0-2 count there. Now we got an 0-3 count. Caden Blackford. he's watching Tuck over here.
Get it together.
He wanted to hear more about the save and the 2 wins in the spring. He'd like to have, if you could finish the spring, Caden Blackford, with 2 wins and a save, that'd be okay, wouldn't it?
I'd be all right with it.
First pitch into Matthew Persinger. I believe he's a switch hitter here. You don't see a lot of
is.
that. There's a called strike at the knees. Parker White gives up a leadoff single here in the 5th and has struck out the last 2 batters. All right, Tuck, what else you got for the general audience? The ball's lifted out to right field, sends Ethan here back, makes the play, so that will end the inning. So what do you got for the good of the group? Got any parting words?
I think that's all for me.
That's all you got?
I appreciate you having me on.
All right, well, it's good having you guys on, and we will do it again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, that's Landon Tucker, who pitched to 3 batters in the 6th inning in Game 1. He induced a pop out to the second baseman, a ground ball right back to him. He got to make a play. He bobbled it about 14 times, but did pick it up. Persistence paid off, and he threw out the leadoff batter and then struck out Alexander Peck to end the 6th inning. So a great outing by Landon Tucker. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. The home half of the 5th inning. Chase Birdwell will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning as he did the bottom of the 3rd inning. And he will face new pitcher, number 11, Nate Connor, on in relief. See if I got Nate Connor. There he is, 6'1", 195-pound, left-handed senior in high school from Science Hill, Johnson City, Tennessee, on for the Royal Scout team. First pitch to Birdwell down low and inside. And now it's time to welcome Danton Reinhardt, another left-handed pitcher, starting pitcher Danton Reinhardt. Danton, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Tam. How are you?
Fantabulous. Thank you for asking. Strike called Chase Birdwell, who was harmed with a pitch in his last plate appearance. He is 0 for 0 on the day. So he walked in the 1st inning as well. So reached base all 3 times, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Seems like Birdwell's always getting hit by pitches every game.
But he's not Carter Vrabel like yet as he fouls that ball straight back. See how many times Vrabel's been hit by a pitch. 6 times. Landon Godsey 5. And Birdwell now with 3 on the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings and pops that one up out of play. Count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Danton, you started game 1 of the doubleheader. 2 innings, give up 3 hits and a run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. How did you feel as we're playing keep away from the pitcher right now with the ball? I don't know what's going on, but I think the umpire is going to take this one into his hands. No.
He might have to walk it out there to him.
Let's roll it out there.
But yeah, I felt good. I felt good out there on the mound. I wouldn't say I had my best stuff today, but all three pitches were working for me. Changeup was working away from the right-handed hitters, which is what I always want. They threw the bat out there on the couple, got some barrels on it, poked it out of the infield, and got a couple dink hits, but nothing hit too hard. I gave up a double. It was a hanging slider, and if you put it down the middle, they'll do that.
Are they? I wasn't even thinking about this. Are they? They're not using wood bats now. Are they using wood bats in this game?
They are.
The Royal Scout team
the
is?
Royals, yes,
I
sir.
wasn't even thinking about that. But Zach Zimmerly steps in after Chase Burdenwell went down swinging. Zimmerly singled and struck out, reached on a wild pitch as he swung, hustled down to first base, but was stranded at third base there in the third inning. First two pitches he sees are wide of the mark. Let's get the right count up there. Juggling a lot of balls, spinning a lot of plates. Zimmerly now 3 balls, no strikes. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Collinwood, Tennessee. I was born and raised there. I went to Collinwood High School. Out of high school, I committed to Walter State. I attended there for 3 semesters, never got any appearances other than in the fall. I got redshirted my first year. So over Christmas break of 2021, I decided to transfer here. So my pitching coach from back home, Zach Curtis, he actually played for Coach McGuire at MTSU, was later signed to the Texas Rangers, but
Got up with the Seattle Mariners, I believe, and
yeah, had some good years in the
pitched at Hendersonville High School where Zach Zimmerly, who just took a walk, played. Drew Webster steps in with 1 out and 1 on. So Zach Curtis, there's a line drive into left field. That will get down for a base hit, putting runners at first and second. So Drew Webster didn't want to spend a lot of time up there in the batter's box. Swung at the first pitch he saw. It was up about his eyes. Took a hack and hit a line drive. That's the first hit by a Pioneer batter since the second inning. Brings to the plate Keegan Evick. So I thought he was the coach at Loretto.
He is now. He is the head coach at Loretto High School.
Okay. He was just a pitching coach at Collinwood?
No, sir. No, sir. He actually worked at a facility.
Oh.
Yes, sir, in Loretto. It's called Elite Sports. He did some pitching lessons and things there. And so I would go there on my off days, and I would go there and throw a bullpen, just have a little lesson with him.
So Loretto is close to Collinwood, or as you know, those of us that are very familiar with the state of Tennessee know that you're really not from Collinwood. You're actually from Iron City.
Yeah, so it's a little confusing, I know. So Iron City is actually in Lawrence County, and I'm from Wayne County. Collinwood's a city in Wayne County that I guess you could suppose that I was from.
You
but
told me you were from Iron City.
my postal code is Iron City.
You told
so
me you were from Iron City.
Technically, I would be, but
1 ball, 2 strikes to Evick. Fouls another one off. Make a ricochet, and John Ripel will make the play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I'm wrong if I say you're from Iron City,
I wouldn't count you as wrong.
but the people from Iron City would,
Yeah,
or the
they
people
might.
from Collinwood might. Right? Okay, so how close is Collinwood to Loretto?
I would say 15 miles.
Okay.
Not very far at all.
So Loretto's the hometown of David Weathers.
Yes, sir. That is
There's a
correct.
drive out to left field. Left fielder's looking up, and that ball is out of here. Keegan Evick pulls a Thomas E. Hawk on a high fastball. Tomahawks one out of here for a 3-run bomb. Keegan Evick, a 2-way player, pitcher and a hitter. Young man from Clarksville, Tennessee, puts a charge in one here.
Couldn't tell if he was swinging a bat or an axe on that one.
I mean,
He caught it on the fat part.
a 3-run home run. That is going to be trouble for Coach McGuire, as he is going to hear pitchers can hit. Pitchers can hit. As the Pioneers take an 11-1 lead. Corbin Overbay steps to the plate. I mean, he put a smack down on that ball. You like seeing that as a pitcher, right? Now, Danton, you're not a two-way player, but you remember the days in high school where you swung the stick, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say
There's
I
a-
swung it too good, but I did try to swing it.
Line drive down the left field line. Overbay will stop at first base as that ball is hustled back into the infield. Or a single. Overbay now 2 for 3.
Us pitchers, we actually get to hit BP if we throw a shutout. So if we have a game where
Oh.
nobody scores, we get to take a round of BP during practice.
Do you have to throw does it have to be a complete game?
Yes, sir. So last week we had a shutout against, was it BC Athletics? Was it the team that we had the shutout against?
Oh, okay, but the one pitcher doesn't. Okay, if the whole team
Right,
does.
yes, sir.
Okay, I
Yes,
got
sir,
you.
whole team.
Okay.
So we got to take BP at the next practice for throwing a shutout.
Well, I was gone that week. I guess I missed all that practice. Ethan here steps to the plate looking to swing the bat as he has walked twice. So you took some hacks. How did you do it?
I'd say I got a couple base hits. I didn't get many too far, but
How many swings you get?
well, I think we all got 5 swings. I think there was 4 or 5 pitchers, so I think we all got 5.
And you got to hit off Coach McGuire, or were you hitting off a machine?
It was off the machine.
Oh,
yeah,
that's no fun.
it wasn't the classic Coach McGuire BP. I wish it was.
Yeah. Overbay with a small lead at first base, swing, and a miss by Ethan here. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So let me check the stats from 2022. Got 10 appearances, 2 starts in the spring. There's a smash down the third base line. They're going to call that foul ball. Coach McGuire has that head tilt over to the right,
He was
like
thinking
I don't
otherwise."
think that was right. And I think he's telling those guys out there right now, you guys, you caught a break there.
I think he had a better look at it than this umpire.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of hump. The dirt area, it appears to be a little bit higher level than the outfield. Ethan here will have to give it another shot here. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. So you had 2 starts, a 2-1 record. Got 17 innings in the spring. Here looks at one close for a ball 3. Framework Athletics full count. So sure not the spring that you had thought that you were going to have, and you're looking to improve on that this next season, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, sir. Always looking to improve.
Ball 4, and that pitch gets away from the catcher, and Overbay will slide onto second base, and that will end the inning with only 1 out. But 3 runs come in, as we will have, I don't know if they call that a mercy or if it's a pitch count. There you go. Caden Blackford with the description. So the third walk for Ethan here, the second walk of the inning, will end the Pioneers' bottom of the 5th. Dan, are you been around half inning or full inning or what you got?
Oh,
Are you-
I did the top of this inning. I'm about
You-
I think at the bottom of.
Okay, we just did our bottom. Are you sticking around another half inning or no?
I can.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Stick around. Is it?
I'll stick around for one more.
Is it? Okay. Hang tight. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. And we are back, top of the 6th inning. We have some changes. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Noah Ward, and for our Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. First pitch swinging, and down goes Holsworth as he tries to get to that ground ball up the middle. See if we can set. Why don't I have Noah Ward on the pitchers? I have him on the hitters.
He is a two-way.
Two-way player, Noah Ward from Knoxville, Tennessee. Gives up an infield single. I assume that was Drew Whalen. And now left-handed hitter Caleb Jordan will step to the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike. Did you see what happened with Holsworth? Did he just slide on the dirt?
Yeah, I think he tried to field it to the side and just kind of booted out of his palm. Kind of threw it over towards Overbay over there.
Big jump off at first. Ward holds the ball long enough to have Whalen stay, and he gets a swing and a miss. Ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Not many broken bats in this game
Yes.
played with them by Wood.
Yeah, there. Not a whole lot of hits either, but
Right.
a throw over to first base. Danton, were you listening to me when I told you no errors by pitchers?
Was I up here for that?
You were out there in the bullpen. I came out there to talk to all the pitchers, and you were starting pitcher. I said, all right, no errors by a pitcher, and that runner is taken off. He got a huge lead. Swing, strike 3, throw down to second base will not be in time. So, I mean, I thought you did it on purpose. Said, well, I don't care what he says. I'm gonna throw one away.
Well, Landon Godsey, he did come up to me and said, that was catchable. It hit my glove.
Oh,
So,
okay. All right. Well, good. I couldn't see that from here. So I thought, man, the young man just does not want to listen to me. So 1 out, runner at second base. Bridger Hamilton will get his first plate appearance. He took a no-show when he was preparing to come into pitch, so he was down in the bullpen. So his spot in the lineup was bypassed. There's a fastball in the outside corner. Called strike 1 from Noah Ward. Noah, two-way player, plays third base, first base. Pretty good pop with the stick. He is on for appearance number 4 on the mound. It's another swing and a miss. So an infield single. It may be debatable on whether it was a single or an error. But now ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bridger Hamilton, who has pitched in this game. I'm not sure if he's played anywhere else in the field. Another big lead. New catcher behind home plate, Drew Plummer, on in relief of Braden Vineyard. Tyler Holsworth comes in to talk to Noah Ward. Do we have any other position changes? Drew Webster still out in left field. Zach Zimmerly in right, and Ethan here still in right field. So maybe Braden Vineyard took a little hit. Big lead at second base. Swinging a foul ball straight back. Danton, what's your field of study here at Vol State?
Sports management.
And what do you want to do with that?
I'd like to kind of do what Zach Curtis does a little bit, have his own facility. He runs things over there, so I think that would kind of be a cool major for me to have. I would like to own my own facility and provide help to other people. Trying to learn more about the game of baseball. It's all I've known my whole life, so I feel like that's kind of what I need to do is give back.
What's your favorite class that you've taken here at Vol State so far?
I had a wellness class that taught me a lot about how to eat right and what your body needs. So that was
Okay.
very interesting to me.
Zingers and Diet Coke. Is that on the menu?
Not for me. I don't drink soft drinks. I used to be big on them, but not anymore.
Count still 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
We have Caden Blackford. He likes to drink Pepsi before his games. I'm not sure what the logic is behind that.
There's a pitch on the outside corner for called strike 3. Down goes Hamilton. Second consecutive strikeout for Noah Ward. Another one of the Knoxville natives who has slid over to Middle Tennessee. Landon Smelser steps to the plate. He walked in his first plate appearance from Science Hill High School. Ward steps on one there, and nice pickup by Drew Plummer. It's the first time that I've seen Drew behind the plate. Have you thrown to Drew in any inter-squad games at all? I know he's...
I have not. I've thrown to him a couple times in the bullpen, but not in the game yet, no, sir.
Also plays second base and got a late start in the fall. Was down with a bit of an injury. Is just now getting back into game-ready action.
Came here from Summit High School, is that correct?
He's a Summit boy. Yes, met his grandfather at Trevecca game, and then he's here again today. So swing and a miss.
Like a good changeup there.
A 2-0 changeup. Drew Plummer from Spring Hill, Tennessee. Son of Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill and Stacy Plummer in Thompson Station. Another swing and a miss, throwing that dark ball. The lights are on here at Pioneer Field on the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Drew Plummer has a Poppy and a Nana in Franklin and a Papa Mike and Nana Sue in Hendersonville and Mimi in Old Hickory, Tennessee. Fastball misses outside. Count goes full. Framework Athletics, full count. So you want to get a place like Framework Athletics. Did you work out over there at all last fall or winter?
I did. I got to go over there. I got the chance to go a few times with the team. We would have some workouts there, and I really liked it. I heard that they added a new weight room in there. Got a new set of weights there.
Is that right? Landon Smelser goes down on strikes. Noah Ward strikes out the side after giving up a leadoff infield single. So 4 batters, strikes out 3. All right, Danton Reinhardt. You had a good showing on the mound today and a good showing with the headsets. So I won't ask you which one was more fun.
I enjoyed doing both. I appreciate you having me.
All right, it's good having you on here, and we'll see you down the road. You're welcome anytime. As we move on to the bottom of the 6th inning, Pioneers leading big here 11-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tyler Holsworth leads off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Pioneers. He will face Nate Connor back for his 2nd inning. He lifts one out to left field. Back goes a left fielder. This ball is going to be unplayable. even for the fan out there in left field, as that ball will get out of here for a solo shot by Tyler Holsworth, who puts one on the board. Yes. Tyler Holsworth's first long ball of the fall. Ball seems to be carrying pretty well here today. So 1 run in before we could even introduce our next pitcher. Swing and a miss by Landon Luderman. As I color in the run that's scored, let's put it on the board, 12-1. Trenton Sholey, the tall right-hander, got his first action of the year this past Tuesday at Columbia State. Trenton, how you doing?
I'm good, Tim. How are you?
I didn't look over at you, so put that microphone pretty close to your face. I don't know what's
Is that good?
but that's it. That is really good there.
All right.
So the closer the better. 0-2 pitch fouled off to the left side. So Trenton, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Winchester, Tennessee. Went to high school at Tullahoma, about 30 minutes away from my house.
All right, and you're here with a high school teammate as well. You have a high school teammate as a teammate with the Pioneers.
Yes, sir. One of my roommates is Brody Melton.
Okay.
We graduated together at Tullahoma.
All right, there's a ground ball to short. Pick and throw over to first base, and Luderman is retired 6-3. So 1 run in, 1 out recorded. Landon Luderman now 1 for 4 on the afternoon and evening. And Drew Plummer will get his first at bat. Let me get him put into in my scorebook. Give you a little closer look right here. Trenton, we're working on a new 2-camera system here. I don't know if you've been watching any of it or see it. It's right there on the YouTube on the iPad in front of you. But I'm juggling a lot of balls up here now. I'm now added one by switching to a 2-camera system. Drew Plummer came in the top of the 6th for Braden Vineyard. There we go. Sometimes I got to talk it through when I write it down.
Looks
All right,
like
so
you got
Trenton.
your hands full up here, too.
Yeah. Tell us, that ball is lined down the left field line, and it is foul. See if Coach McGuire agreed with that one. I think he did. A long strike. So you're from Winchester, Tullahoma, and you got your first action after rehabbing an injury. How did that go for you? Tell me about your experience on Tuesday.
It was a little underwhelming. I didn't feel like I performed at my best, but I just got to keep in mind that was my first go around this fall, and just look forward to the spring.
Well, you had a different situation there. The umpire, we didn't have a real umpire, right? We had the opposing coaches
Right.
were the umpires, and they were standing behind you out there on the mound as we have a Framework Athletics full count. So that's a little different. It's hard to call balls and strikes from behind the plate, much less behind the pitcher. There's another line drive down the left field line, and that will get to Devin Thrain in the Pioneer bullpen. He'll throw that ball back in, and the third baseman pick it up, toss it over to Coach McGuire. Devin Thrain getting ready for inning 14 for the Pioneers. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Down goes Plummer for out number 2. So there were some pitches I saw that that may have been questionable that you ended up walking. You had 3 walks in the game, but there were I think things would have been a lot different had we actually had umpires behind home plate.
That's true.
So I don't think – do you know how many pitches you threw?
29 over 1 inning.
Okay. So that's not a number you're wanting to hang out on.
Not happy about it, but I
Yeah.
am glad to just be back out there.
There's your roommate trying to bow up, and he's seen all these other home runs.
Said it was his turn.
It's his turn. He's tied for the lead in the fall with 3. He and Caleb Hawkins 3 home runs apiece.
He definitely has some pop in him.
Did he hit a lot of home runs in high school?
I think he had 8 his senior year.
Okay. I mean, that's not nothing. He is 1 for 2, walked and scored in the first. Single drove in 2 runs in the second, struck out in the fourth. Lifts one out to center field. Back goes a center fielder, but this looks like it's playable. For out number 3. That will retire the side. So after a leadoff home run by Tyler Holsworth, Nate Connor retires the next 3 batters. We'll keep it right here. Talk to Trenton Sholey a little bit as we go to the top of the 7th inning. So, Trenton, what's your major here?
I'm on a pre-med track.
Okay, and what does that mean? What kind of classes are you taking pre-med?
Right now I'm still on the basics, so just like entry-level classes, nothing getting into medical yet.
So you're doing general education classes. It has nothing to do. You're not doing anatomy and physiology or
not yet.
Or okay, all right. And so this is your first semester. You just graduated high school in May, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How does it seem compared to your expectations?
I feel like I wasn't ready for it.
Your high school didn't get you ready, or?
Just kind of like my own way of thinking about it. I underestimated it. But
Okay. A lot more studying?
It is.
Okay. What class is your favorite that you have?
I'm going to piggyback on what Danton said, and I'm going to go with wellness as well.
Okay. So
Because
is that a class that every freshman has to take? Every student here has to take, or no?
I'm not sure if everybody has to take it. Wellness.
So, and what's the class that's giving you the most trouble right now?
Calculus was giving me the most trouble.
Yeah, I remember that one. I took that one my first semester as well. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I had to take it at the time. But so, how many online classes are you taking?
I'm taking 4 online classes and 1 in person.
Wow, that's a lot of inline or online classes. So that will mess with you a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about Devin Thrain, the new pitcher on the mound, Summit Concrete. Call to the bullpen, left-hander, true freshman, right along with Trenton Sholey, is Devin Thrain from Summit High School, throwing to Summit High School teammate Drew Plummer. First batter will try to lay down a bunt. That is Luke Lawson, who will come on back and grab his bat. Devin Thrain, 6 foot, 180-pound left-hander from Thompson Station. General Studies major, son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain, grandson of Nani in Massachusetts, and Grammy and Grandpa also in Massachusetts. So am I right? Plummer and, yes, they are both Summit High School. I did not remember that Devin Thrain and Drew Plummer, the current battery, are high school teammates. 1 ball, 1 strike. So you have your twins with Brody Melton, another attempted bunt. And these two are twins, Devin Thrain and Drew Plummer.
Mm-hmm.
Also a teammate. I mean, it's not like the Stewart's Creek gang. 4 players from the Stewart's Creek. Are they the Hawks as well? Or are they? The Hawks? I know Ross views the Hawks. Red Hawks. Okay. Pitch just missed somewhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Tullahoma, what's the nickname?
Wildcats.
The Wildcats. Tullahoma. Do you guys play in like an old stadium down there? Is that?
It used to be a minor league stadium.
Okay. Thrain delivers a breaking pitch down low in the dirt. Brings to a Framework Athletics full count. I was down there one time in 2010 probably when my son was playing. Beach played Tullahoma. And I thought it was down there in an old stadium. 3-2 foul ball. The first one of the ball game, 1 for 5 now in game 2. Full count, first pitch foul ball. the Royal Scout team, an all high school player team. That pitch gets away from Plummer. Luke Lawson will hustle down to first base, but will stay put as Plummer picks that ball up. So a leadoff walk to the number 13 hitter in the lineup. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Devin Thrain, a two-way player, now throwing to Bishop Quarles. Fastball low. How did your arm feel after Tuesday's outing?
It felt really good.
Okay.
I'm happy that I'm finally healthy.
Okay, feeling good. Feel like you can kind of let go. There's a throw over to first base. Not in time. But feel tentative at all throwing?
No, I've kind of
Okay.
gotten past that point.
All right, good. Whoa. On the tight shot you folks didn't see, nearly had a fall. We got a pick off now. Melton will deliver the throw down to second base to Tyler Holsworth to complete the pickoff of Luke Lawson at first base. So a 1-3-6 pickoff for out number 1. Counts 1 ball, no strikes to Bishop Quarles, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Thrain getting back to good health as well. He's been under the weather a little bit here lately and looking to throw strikes. There's a ground ball foul just down the third base line. Quarles is ready to get on the base paths and start running. He's had 5 at-bats so far today and struck out 4 of those 5 plate appearances. Young man from Goodpasture High School, a junior over there at Goodpasture. Looks at a ball in the dirt. So pre-med, what made you pick a pre-med major or track?
I want to be a sports medicine physician.
Okay.
I want to stay around sports and athletes. I think that's the thing that's kind of carrying me towards that way.
But why in medicine? Do you have family members in medicine?
I do not. No, sir. I'm a fairly smart kid. And
Think you can handle the classes, huh?
yes, sir.
All right, Framework Athletics full count. Swing and a miss. And down goes Quarles, who has had a day to forget here at Pioneer Field. But he's young. He's just a junior.
Now batting, number 27, Alexander.
On the sheet here, it indicates that he is verbally committed to Ohio State or the Ohio State University. First strikeout by Thrain, and Alexander Pick steps to the plate. Nice stop there by the home plate umpire, who wishes that Drew Plummer had stayed in front of that pitch instead of leaving it up to the umpire to block that one. But Drew Plummer will go out and talk to Devin Thrain and give home plate umpire a little bit of a break right there. So we got how many catchers that have caught you in a bullpen here? You got Hawkins, Vineyard, Plummer,
Webster.
Drew Webster. Landon Luderman caught you
Luderman
before?
has.
Okay.
A handful of guys.
Okay, so a number of guys that could put the equipment on and catch the ball. Swing and a miss. So were you a starting pitcher in high school?
I was, yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think about the relief role as you start your college career?
That would be fine with me.
Okay. I don't know that they've had any conversation about that with you, have they?
Not yet, no, sir. I'm excited to see what my role will be this spring, though.
Okay. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Peck. Thrain retires all three batters after giving up the leadoff walk, ends up picking that batter off of first base and then strikes out the next two batters. We will go and play a bottom of the seventh inning as there'll be a new pitcher on the mound for the Royals. Looks like Zane Brown, right-hander, former teammate of Caden Blackford, will be on the mound for the last inning as the Pioneers have won a doubleheader here today. We'll move to 13-4-1, but we'll still hit in the bottom of the seventh inning to give Zane Brown a little work. So, Trenton, any shout-outs you want to make before we go off? I mean, you stick with me here in the if you want to for the last half, but if you got to go down and get ready for whatever happens after the game, then you don't have to stick around. But if you do, you just go ahead and give a shout-out now. Anybody? Parents, siblings, girlfriend?
I'll shout out my mom today. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. What's her name?
Melissa Sholey.
Okay, Melissa Sholey, and she's 29, 39.
She is 40 this year.
No way. You're not supposed to say that. well, tell your mom, if she's not listening, that on her 6th birthday, when she turned 6, I married my wife. So this is my 34th wedding anniversary, and I'm spending it at the ballpark. Isn't that good? So, well, happy birthday to Melissa Sholey. And siblings, did I shout out any? I don't remember now. I've had so many of you guys on here already. I didn't. You have a younger sister, Trinity.
Yes, sir. She's
And then-
a sophomore.
In high school?
Mm-hmm.
And Granny from Cowan, Tennessee, and Paul and Deckard. Think they might be listening in?
I'm not sure about those two, but I hope my parents are.
Okay. Maddox Liebrick steps to the plate. First pitch that he sees from Zane Brown is a little bit high and tight for ball one. Last year's DJ in the spring, Maddox Liebrick, called strike on the outside corner. Another one of the Stewart's Creek gang from Smyrna, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. Zane Brown from White House High School. Pitched for the Knights here in a doubleheader as he gets a breaking pitch. Sure looked nice right there as that was called ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Maddox Liebrick. Pinch hitting for Chase Birdwell here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's a breaking pitch that Liebrick looks at and will walk back to the dugout wondering, why did I not swing at that? Zach Zimmerly will come to the plate with 1 out. Singled. Struck out, reached on that strikeout on a wild pitch. Swings and fouls that pitch off, and he also walked and scored in the 5th inning. All right, my daughter would love for me to ask this question. How tall are you flat-footed?
Flat-footed, I am 6'3".
I've got a tall younger daughter, and somebody asked her one time, how tall are you flat-footed? I've never heard that asked before. But actually, it was my son's father-in-law that asked her that question. But kind of crazy. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zimmerly. He's had a breaking pitch called strike. And he has the initials that my wife goes by for as her grandma name. We have 5 grandchildren. She's known as ZZ to 3 of them anyway. There's a fly ball out to center field. And that ball is caught for out number 2. Royals have moved all their guys to various places, and I don't know them well enough to be able to tell you exactly who that is out there in center field and left field.
Now batting, number
I
7,
apologize for
Webster.
not calling out the name of the players. Drew Webster comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he will take one right on the 7. That can't feel good. A little bit of a bruise. Second hit batter of the ball game. First hit batter by Zane Brown. And Keegan Evick, one of the stars of the show today. He's hit a 3-run bomb to left center field. Will step to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Young man who right-handed pitcher and an outfielder, hasn't gotten a whole lot of play in the outfield. Got a few at-bats, but had a pretty memorable one earlier. Where were you when, as the throw goes over to first base? Where were you out here in the stands getting foul balls when he hit that big bomb?
I was, but I was able to catch the tail end of it, showing out for us pitchers.
Did you hit while you were playing in high school?
I stopped hitting after my freshman year, Tim.
Did you? Okay.
Found out that wasn't for me.
You're happy to see the DH roll in for you?
Exactly.
Okay. 2 balls, no strikes to Evick. Clarksville, Tennessee, Rossview High School. Time is called as Zane Brown takes his time. Swing and a miss. Evick likes the feel of a baseball on the bat. He doesn't want to walk here in the final inning against competition that's outside of the intra squad. Breaking pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike. I'm going to guess, what do you think, Trenton? If this ball's close, you think Evick's going to come out of his shoes?
After that last at bat, I would if I was him.
Go big fly twice in one game, Keegan. He takes a hack. You know, and all his fellow pitchers are cussing him right now because there's Austin Brewington that's going to get up and go see if he can find that ball. Austin saying, hit the ball in the fair territory. Framework Athletics, full count. And the pitch. And goes outside for ball 4. Putting runners at first and second. Corbin Overbay says, thank you very much. I'd like to get an at-bat here. Overbay, 2 singles and a strikeout and a run scored. Look at that sky out there in left center field. That is beautiful. Fastball high. You can see it when we go to this wide shot. Look at that over there and over left field. Beautiful sky. Overbay starts to swing, holds up for ball 2. Thank you all for joining us here this afternoon and evening for Ball State, the end of the fall season. Ball 3. I will be broadcasting all of the intra-squad games next week, so please join me on those games. I don't know the times of those games yet, but we will tweet that out as soon as we know. 3-0 pitch right down the can for strike 1. So, Trenton, more nervous before your first college action on the mound or putting on the headset?
Oh, the headset for sure. The guys around here, they were pressuring me a little bit.
Okay.
They know I'm not a super talkative person, but
They wanted you to come up, put the headset on, and tell the world about Trenton Sholey. That ball's fouled down the left field line, brings us to a Framework Athletics full count. Runners will be going on the pitch. And the 3-2. It will sail high for ball 4. Reed Mashinsky will come in and get an at-bat. He will pinch hit for Ethan here. So who are your roommates, Trenton? You just have the one?
I have Brody Melton and Colin Athey.
Okay. Reed Mashinsky bats with the bases loaded. He will check swing and pitch called a ball. Ethan here ended with 3 walks, 2 runs scored. Mashinsky out of Bradenton, Florida. Zane Brown struggling to find the strike zone here in this final half inning of play today. Mashinsky, 6'3", 165-pound freshman from Lakewood Ranch High School. Son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky, and he'll take one in the back as well. And Thedrick Harris says thank you very much, as he will get a plate appearance.
Now batting, number 42, Cedric Harris.
So Thedrick Harris will pinch hit for Tyler Holsworth. Holsworth, who hit a solo home run his last time up, gives away to Harris. Sees the first pitch outside the zone. Breaking pitch. Surprised that wasn't called a strike. Close enough to hack at. Cedric Harris from Overton High School, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, a freshman. First baseman, he will look at ball 3. Is that Cam Hodges on deck? Harris will look at a 3-0 pitch in there for called strike. All right, Thedrick, let's see you take a hack right here. Get you a base hit. Harris looking for his first hit of the fall. Strike 2 called. Well, a Framework Athletics full count. You have not been over to Framework Athletics yet, have you?
Not yet. I'm excited to.
There are plans to go over there and work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. And that will retire Harris, and that will be the last swing of the ball game. Here is the Pioneers win a doubleheader from the Royal Scout team. Trenton Sholey, thank you for joining me here in the last innings of Game 2. It's good having you here.
Thank you for having me, Tim.
All right. Trenton Sholey, right-handed pitcher for the Pioneers, as Vol State wins this one. Good job by Alex Qualls up here all day long. As this one will go final, 13-1. Alex, we'll see you next week. All right, and Zane Brown gets his second strikeout to end the inning. The Pioneers do score 1 run on no hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. So the 2-camera system, I'll have to go back and do a review, but seemed like it went okay. But you feel free to send me an email. Let's see if I get to get my email up here. Let's see if it'll. There it is, treesports@gmail.com. If you want to send me any comments on the broadcast, how you enjoyed, if you enjoyed having the players on the broadcast and the commentary from them. I sure enjoyed it. I hope you did too. But also the 2-camera system, how you felt like it went, and any suggestions you may feel free to send them to treesports@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to entertain any suggestions and comments that you made. So the Pioneers win 10-4 and 13-1 here against the Kansas City Royals scout team made up of sophomores, juniors, and seniors in high school that some have already committed to colleges. Some are still looking for a place to land. But it's been a fun day today. I will reprise all this next week. We'll have hopefully 5 games and inter-squad action. The blue-red or red-blue, the Volunteer State World Series that'll be played. I know there'll be some bad weather that is forecasted for next week. But hopefully we'll be able to get the 5 games in. I know Coach McGuire is wanting to evaluate more players here that some that didn't even get into today's action. So hopefully we'll be able to have a good week of weather next week, and Coach can get that accomplished. But for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long from Gallatin, Tennessee, on the campus of Vol State Community College. Thank you for joining us today. We will talk to you next week. God bless.